Hey guys, how you going? Going to show you "Stay Home" by American Football today. Another track off their first album that's really cool, and given the state of the world at the moment, staying home is not a bad thing, so why not learn a song called "Stay Home"? So for this track, there's two guitar parts, both are in different tunings. I'll show you guitar part 1 first. There are 4 parts to that guitar, and then there's 3 parts to guitar 2. But I'll take you through them, show you how to play them, and yeah, we'll go from there. Cool. So this first guitar, in a non-standard tuning, because that's how they like to do things. So from low to high, F, so tune the E up to an F, A, standard, D is standard, tune the G up to an A, tune the B up to a C, and tune the high E up to F. So it's in this tuning, but for the purposes of just talking through things, I'll just call strings as standard tuning, so low E, high E, etc. Cool, so part 1 for the first guitar. Probably the trickiest part to get your head around. Certainly took me a while, but makes sense in the end. Goes like this. So the good thing is that even though this is a bit tricky, it just gets repeated a lot. So you don't have too much to learn once you get your head around these few chords. So it starts off top 4 strings. So first finger, 3rd fret on the D string, open the G string, 3rd finger on the 4th fret B string, and then a high E string open as well. But we pluck it D string, B string, G string, high E. And that gets played 4 times just like that. Second chord, very simple. Just take the first finger off. So we've just got open D, open G, 4th fret with your ring finger on the B string and the high E. And same picking pattern for this one. So D, B, G, high E. This one gets played 3 times, just like that. 2, 3. Then we play the 3rd chord, which is first finger on the A string, 3rd fret. 2nd finger on the G string, 3rd fret. We keep that 3rd finger on the 4th fret on the B string, and then the high E open again. And similar picking pattern, but starting on the A string. So A, B, G, E. And I sort of say this one gets played 3.5 times because you go 1, 2, 3, stop when you get to the the B string. And then we play the first chord again. So this one, on the D string, open G, B, high E, except we start on the G note. So it's the same chord, except it just shifts everything, which makes the feel change. So I kind of think of it as, so that when you play the G string, that is now the 1 for this chord, so the 1 beat for this chord, and we play this 3.5 times. So 1, 2, 3, half, and you stop when you pluck the high E. Then we play the one where the 2nd chord again, where we take the first finger off, and we've got the open D, B, 4th fret, G, and the high E. And I think of this as playing this 4 times. But on the 4th time, you sort of get ready to go to that 3rd chord again. So it goes D, B, but we now play 3rd fret on the G, and then the high E. And we just do that the once. So that's kind of the 4th time of this open D bass note chord. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we play that 3rd chord 3 times. So the one that we played before. So 3rd fret on the A string, 3rd fret on the G string, 4th fret on the B, and the high E open again. And it just gets played 3 times, and then it repeats back to the start. So chord 1, play that 4 times. Chord 2, play that 3 times. Chord 3, play that 3.5 times. Stop when you get to the B string. Then chord 1 again, play that 3.5 times, but we start on the G, which sort of shifts the feel of this chord. Then chord 2, play 4 times, but on the 4th time, add in the fretted G on the 3rd fret, and then we play 3 times through chord 3. So I'll just try and count through that while I play it, just to sort of elaborate and show it a bit more clearly what I mean by that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, half. 1, 2, 3, half. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And then you start again. So a bit of a mind bender to get your head around just to start you off, and it's pretty confusing, especially when the second guitar part comes in, because the second guitar plays that open D note one sort of beat before you play it in this first guitar part, and it can sound like you're behind, but you're not. Just sort of play that and you'll be fine. Okay, cool. So that first part goes for nearly the first 3 minutes of the song, until about 2:56, when it sort of builds up to this crescendo. This chord is played, and it sort of builds into it, and then like the main sort of riff, which sounds like this. So this first chord that sort of leads into this part, and also is at the end of the riff, is just first finger on the A string, 1st fret, and then 3rd fret on the D string, and then the top 3 all open. And then this riff starts on open low E string, then 3rd fret on the A, and then it's pretty much the first chord moved over, and then we just pick notes with our right hand. So that first 2, then the open G, then 5th fret on the D, and we just go the top 3 open, so G, B, D. And then quick slide in from 3 to 4 on the B string, and then the high E again. Then we slide down, quick slide again, down to 2nd fret on the B, high E again. then open B, high E again, then first fret on the G, then high E again, and then that first chord again. That's just the 1 and 3 on the A and D strings with the open top 3. So slowly. And when you play this chord, you kind of want to make it a bit of a slower strum. You don't want to just play straight through it. You kind of want to hear each note as it comes out. So that repeats a lot. That goes for till nearly 6 minutes. And then at 5:59, there's this kind of like break. It sounds like this. So this is pretty much that first chord just moved around a bit and then a few notes picked. So it is on the A string, 5th fret, and then 7th fret on the D string with the top 3 open. Then we're going to move that down for the second chord, 2 frets, so we've got 3 and 5 on the A and D, except this time you play the A string and the G open, and then go D, G, B, and then 3 on the D. So it's not a strum, this one, you're picking some notes, and then we finish with that same first chord. And that's the third part. That is quite a slow part. It's only 3 chords. You play each chord twice. And yeah, it goes for about 40 seconds. And then at about 6 minutes 40, just the last part for this first guitar comes in, and this just plays till the end and goes like this. So it's just one chord shape that we have to worry about for the remainder of the song. And again, it's just picking out notes. So if you hold down 7th fret on the high E string, first finger, 2nd finger, 9th fret on the B string, and then 3rd finger, 10th fret on the G. And then the picking pattern, this is in just sort of straight 7, as opposed to the earlier parts where it's in subdivisions of 7. So it goes so B, G, B, G again, B, high E, G, and then start again. Start, start, start. And that's the first guitar part. Yeah, any questions, pop them down below. I'll show you the second guitar part now. Cool. So guitar 2. 3 parts to this guitar part in a different tuning again. So this tuning from low to high, F, A, tune the D down to a C, standard G, tune the B up to a C, and E is standard. Cool. So the first part of this second guitar part comes in at about 21 seconds and goes till sort of the change at just before 3 minutes. So just 3 chords. Just the fingering is a little tricky, jumping around between the two, especially getting back to this first chord from down there. But what this is, first chord, 10th fret on the A string, your first finger. Keep the D string open. Second finger, 10th fret on the G string. And then pinky out, 12th fret on the B string, and then high E open. And the picking pattern for this one is so A string, then the D string, which is open, then the high E, then the G, then B, G, high E. Then for the second chord, we move down to the 5th fret, and you want to bar everything from the A string down. We're not playing the low E, so don't worry about that. And you want your pinky out on the B string, 7th fret. And this one, so A string, D string, both 5th fret, high E, 5th fret, then G, then that fretted B string on the 7, then G again, then the high E again, then we take that pinky off, so we've just got 5th fret on the B, then D string, then we hammer on B 5 to 7, high E, back to 7, then open D, leading us to this third chord. So again, slowly. And this takes us to the third chord, which is 5th fret on the low E string, middle finger. And then we're fretting the G with our third finger and the B with our pinky in the 5th fret as well. And leading in from that open D from the last chord. So it goes low E, then G, then high E, G, B, G, E, and repeat that. So low E, G, E, G, B, G, E, and repeat that. And then you're back to etc. And just keeps looping round. And so that bit's in straight 7. And then playing over the top of the first guitar part, it can become a bit confusing, so just keep an eye out for that. The second guitar part is pretty simple, which is really nice for this song. This goes from the change at just before 3 minutes until around about 5 minutes in the song. And it's just that third chord that we play, pretty much. So exactly the same picking pattern, it's just that the bass note changes on that low string. And so we play this chord twice through. And then exactly the same, we just take that low string off, unfret that. But we just play through that once, so 1 bar of that. So it's 2 bars of the fretted 5th string and then 1 of the open. Cool, so this third and final part of the song for guitar 2, it's all on the top 3 strings, and it's nice and simple again, which is quite nice. So 5th fret with your 3rd and 4th finger on the G and B string, and open high E. And the picking pattern for this one is B, G, B, G, E, open, B, G, B, G, B, G. Then we fret the 3rd fret with our 1st finger on the high E string, and then B, G. So cool. And that's the whole song. Hopefully you understand it. I know a few bits are a bit bungled in how to explain it, but if you've got any questions, just hit me up below and I'll try and answer them. I'll also got a link to the tab, which helped me a lot in learning this song. Hope you're all staying warm, staying indoors, staying home. Stay home.